Hello students, welcome to IAS by Heart's video on UPSC interview preparation series. In this video, we will try and understand on how to develop hobbies for UPSC. Let's start with a famous quote. If you have a hobby, nurture it. If not, develop one. A hobby is an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Many civil services aspirants fill hobby in the DAF just to impress the UPSC board in the final interview. In reality, only a handful of people have a genuine hobby in their life and follow that hobby regularly. Remember, the interview panel members have vast experience and they can easily assess if you lie or bluff before the board. Basically, a hobby is of your interest and what you are passionate about. It can be reading books, writing, blogging, photography, painting and sketching, meditation and yoga, movies, music, dancing, cooking, gardening, sports, numismatics, philately, bird watching, solving puzzles, traveling. Precisely anything under the sun. So, some tips for you. Tip number 1. You should be specific in talking about your hobby. Instead of merely mentioning reading as a hobby, indicate your preferences like novels, magazines, or short stories, or even fiction. Such a description captures the attention of the reader. Tip number 2. Ask yourself what questions can be asked about it. Try to second guess the interviewer and ask a person who has expertise or experience in that field to help you frame questions that are likely to be asked and keep your answers prepared. For example, if you have mentioned listening to music as your hobby, then the questions could be: what type of music do you like? What is your favorite song? Is Indian classical music declining? Tell us something about music therapy. What is the highest award one can get in music? What do you know about different musical instruments? What are similarities or differences between the Hindustani and the Carnatic music? So, as you can see, questions can be really wide ranging and hover anywhere from challenging to very easy. Tip number 3. Prepare for the subsequent questions likely to arise from your responses in the interview. The board is there to test your awareness and depth of understanding about the subject. Tip number 4. Read books and articles related to your hobbies and interests. Make yourself more familiar with your hobby. Now, let's move on to how to develop a hobby. Find something that you really enjoy and do it regularly. Desire it. Next, stay focused. Do some information hunt. Find sources for your hobby. Develop knowledge about it. Find your inspiration. You must have an inspiration for your hobby. You must not get bored with it, right? Persevere. That is, not giving up after a week. Next, you could even join a group or a class. There are tons of groups out there with people excited about what they do who love to share it with the newbies. Finally, try to master your hobby yourself. So, why delay? Start working on your hobby from today. All the best!